You can now literally create anything with Lovable. We are creating an app that, based on a username of a YouTube channel, will scrape their most successful YouTube videos, and based on this come up with 3 other ideas for new videos. We can then generate a video with AI for that idea. And then with one click we can publish it to our YouTube channel. My other videos are always pretty fast paced, but today I'm sharing every step that I take so you can follow along step by step. Okay, so today we are going to create something really cool, because we are not creating a simple gimmick. We are creating software that can actually be used in production and is really useful. So how this works is we get a URL of a YouTube channel. We then scrape this channel, get the most viewed videos, then we show all those videos. The user can then choose which video he or she wants to use as an example. We then scrape the video, we'll then transcribe the video and make sure that we actually understand what this video is about. Then we'll write a new script and generate a new video, which we can then in our app publish to YouTube. So this is really an end-to-end solution, and I think it's very important to follow along and make sure you understand every step, because we are using a lot of integrations, so keep that in mind. Okay, the first thing that we need to do is we have our Lovable right here, and I will just step by step take you through all the integrations that we need to make. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to get our initial prompt, and that is in the build loop library we have our YouTube Shorts AI Studio. And this basically explains everything that Lovable needs to understand, and we have this prompt right here. Basically what this does is it has information about everything. It explains the different integrations that we are going to use, and it also makes sure that Lovable understands how every integration works. So I can scroll through the whole prompt and you will see that it is a very large prompt. I won't go into detail here. You can go to the build loop library to check it out for yourself. For now, let's just directly push this into Lovable and see what our first version is, and from there we'll start the actual process of iterating on the product. We are for sure gonna run into some bugs, but that is all part of the process, and you need to make sure that if you get some red error messages, you need to take them without stressing about them. It is part of the job, and as long as you don't give up, you will create the app that you want. But you just need to understand that this is the way we are building apps. So let's copy this one, let's go to Lovable, let's paste it, and let's run it, and then see what the first version is. And from there, let's actually start pushing the app towards a real product. So very quickly, I don't want to interrupt you, but if you're enjoying this video and learning anything from it, I would really appreciate a like and a subscribe. It's the only thing that I'm asking from you right now. It really helps me to grow my channel, and it will help you create the most amazing AI apps. Okay, perfect. So we got our first request coming from Lovable, and we need to have our Apify API token, our Fal API token, our YouTube client ID, and our YouTube client secret. And we got our first page, which is looking very basic, but that doesn't matter for now. Let me show you how to get your API keys so that we are done as soon as possible with this boring setup work. So for our Apify API token, this is for scraping the YouTube channel and actually finding the YouTube videos, getting the transcriptions of the videos. We need to go to Apify, and let me very shortly show you which actors we are using. So we are using those two, the YouTube Shorts scraper and the YouTube transcript scraper. To get your API key, you can go to an actor, you can click on API, you can go to API clients, and right here you can copy your API key. So for now, let's do that. And you need to understand that in our initial prompt, I already have the documentation for those Apify actors. So Lovable already understands how to use those actors. You only need your API key, and you don't even need to look at those actors, maybe only for debugging purposes, but this is all taken care of in our prompt. Next up is Fal AI. So we have Fal AI here. You can find it at fal.ai, and right here, if you click on the search bar, you have your API keys right here. You can click on add key and create a new one. Let's copy it. Let's go back to Lovable. Let's paste it. Next up is our YouTube client ID and YouTube client secret. And this is for actually connecting our app with YouTube. So a user creates an account and they are actually generating videos with our app, and they want to be able to publish immediately to YouTube, because otherwise they need to download the videos, make a title, make a description, and this is all a lot of work. And our USP is actually that we generate and we publish videos. So how you get that is you need a Google Cloud Console account. And if you have a Google account, this is all taken care of. So you should go to console.cloud.google.com and you have your clients right here. So what you need to do is you need to click on Create Client. You will have a web application, you give it a name, so YouTube Shorts. We have our authorized JavaScript origins and our authorized redirect URIs. And how we should fill this in is you go to your Lovable, you go to Publish, and you have your URL right here. So we want to click on that and we have not published yet. So we need to copy paste this URL. We need to go to our Google Cloud Console, make sure that we paste this right here and right here. Also, sometimes when we are just testing it out, we are actually using our preview. So if we go there, we have actually our lovable.app domain name. Then you can see that we are using a different domain. So we also copy this one and we paste it right here and we add it. Perfect. We then create and we get our client ID and our client secret. So what we do is we copy this, we go back to Lovable, we have our client ID right here, and we get our secret. It is all pretty straightforward, but you just need to know where to find it. So let's submit, and it will now start to create our core functionality. So let's wait for that. And then we just want to see where we landed and how we iterate from there. I'm a bit low on funds, so let me do this immediately and then show you the actual result. So it is now creating all 8 edge functions and we just need to wait for this to be done and we can see them popping up right here. But for now it is just creating them, so let's wait patiently. Okay, perfect. So we got our first version and this is always so much fun to see what our starting point will actually be like. So let me go to Cloud and we have all of our edge functions right here. So we have analyze video, we have generate script, we have generate video, scrape YouTube, upload YouTube, YouTube auth URL, YouTube callback, and YouTube refresh. So these are all our functions and we are going to see which ones are working immediately and for which one we need a little bit more effort. So let's now actually get started. So we can click on get started and we have our create new campaign. We can now have a YouTube channel username and I have found this YouTube channel which I think is very interesting. So we have this channel with all these very satisfying scent videos like the cutting and other satisfying stuff. So I think this is a very good starting point. I think this is something timeless. People just like to watch videos like this. So what we'll do is we'll get the username. We are then going to our Lovable app. We can paste that right here and we can click on create campaign. Okay, so we have now created a campaign. Let's see what is actually happening because I don't see anything pop up. Let's refresh. Okay, so this is our first thing. What we now need to look for is we go to cloud, we go to database, and we have our tables. And as you can see here, everything is empty. So something is clearly not working. The first thing that we now need to do is just explain to Lovable what is happening and at what point we are and what is not working yet. So, our first version is pretty good, but not yet where we want it to be. We just added a YouTube channel username and it basically did not add a campaign. It all didn't really seem to be working. So when I go to my Apify, I also see that nothing was being scraped. So I think the trigger to create a campaign and start with actually scraping the YouTube videos, from there showing all the videos for that channel and then let the user click on one video that they think we want to recreate or use as an example. I think that flow is not working yet. So please make sure to fix this. And as you can hear, I'm really just explaining what I see and what I think should be changed. So let's run this. And then wait for it to be complete and then we test it out again. Hopefully it's then working and we can get on with the next part. Okay, so this is something that is happening a lot of times. So it is just creating mock functionality and we now need to go through all the functionality and make sure that everything is actually working and not just a mock-up. So let's test it out once again. We paste the username and say create campaign. Okay, authentication required. Please sign in to create campaigns. Okay, fair enough. We'll just do that. We create our account and we are now in our account. Let's try it out once again. Okay, campaign created. Okay, we got our first error. So let's go to our edge function, and as you can see here, we have our success rate for the scrape YouTube, which is 0. We can click on view logs and API for start failed. Okay, let's copy this one. Let's paste it in right here and say when starting the YouTube scrape, let's now go to our Apify and check if actually nothing has been started. Okay, we can see that nothing actually started, so it is indeed not working, and we just provided the error message with information about what is happening, and we run it again. Okay, so let's now test it out again and see what is happening. So we say create campaign and we got an error, but now it added logging. And logging is very important because we can now actually see in more detail what is happening. So we go to inspect, we then go to console. Okay, so we got this one. Let's copy this and paste it right here. And if something in Apify is not working, and yes, this is a real tutorial where I am also running into bugs, I'm not filtering this out, but if something like this is happening, we go to our scraper, we click on it, and we can go to clients, and we can actually copy the documentation. So we can now add this to our message and say, okay, we add this. And besides that, we also would like to add some information about the input and the output. So let's just copy this one as well with the output and copy it and paste it. And now Lovable actually has all the information that it needs to make this working. So we run this and hopefully it is then working. Okay, so it is saying it has fixed it. Let's test it out once again. Let's put in the username, say create campaign. In the meantime, let's go to Apify to see if we are correctly calling our endpoint. And as you can see here, it is busy scraping everything. So let's now go back to our Lovable app and wait for all the videos to come in. Okay, perfect. So we got all of our videos right here. And as you can see, we have the view rate, we have the likes. Okay, this is looking really nice. I think we could do something about the front end here to make it a bit more YouTube-like, but for now this is really amazing. Let's just pick this one. We can now click on analyze video. Okay, so we now have some ideas. Let's see, let's scroll down. So we have all these videos. Let's actually see, because we are not getting redirected or something, so let's now see what the function actually did. So we have our analyze video one. We can view the logs and it shows that it has been done. So we generated 3 ideas. Okay, this is looking very good. What we'll now actually do is to test if it has actually worked. We go to database, we have generated ideas, and as you can see here, we have 3 ideas. So watch this satisfying slime become. Okay, this is looking very good. We have a viral potential score. We have talking points. Okay, really nice, really nice. The only thing is now with the UX, it is a bit weird, right? We click on something, but we don't get redirected to a new page where we can actually see the ideas. So let's now add one more prompt to make sure that we see the ideas and can then directly click on one to generate a video concept basically from this. Hey, so everything is working already pretty good. We can now click on analyze video. And it is correctly getting the transcript and everything seems to be working fine, but then we generate 3 ideas, but we don't get sent to those ideas. The UX is not so good. It is really unclear where the ideas go. So please make sure that the whole flow of creating a video, so we have a channel username, we see all those videos showing up on our screen, and we then want to click on one and basically zoom into that video and have those other ideas that came from the original video, and we then need to be able to click on a specific idea, so a specific concept for a video, and then we should write a script or basically design the video from there. So this flow should be better. Please implement it and make sure that it is a really clean and logical UX. So as you can see, I am really explaining everything in high detail. Like I'm saying the same stuff 3-4 times. So let's run this and yeah, hopefully it understands what I'm trying to say. Okay, perfect. So what we can now do is we can go to our active campaigns. We have this page right here. We can say view videos and we see all the videos. We can now click on one. So for example, we might want to go for this one right now. So it is now creating ideas right here. We can click on analyze video and it will get the transcription and it will come up with ideas based on this example. And this is really great for YouTube short ideation. Also, I obviously have this struggle, like what is my next video? What should my next video be? So this is something that would actually help a lot. Let's click on analyze video and we have our ideas. So watch these colors blend into pure magic. Okay, we have a viral percentage, extreme satisfying soap carving, and glass fusing melted wonders. Okay, really nice. We can click on regenerate and this flow is already turning into something valuable. So let's just go for this one. We can click on generate script and it is now pushing us to our videos page, and this is not going correctly yet. So the next thing that we now need to do is we go back to the dashboard, we go to this one, we say view videos analyze, and we'll just explain to Lovable what is happening. So currently we are getting the ideas. This is all working really good. I think when we are now clicking on generate script, we are just being sent to our videos page. But the first thing that we need to do is generate a script with or without text, depending on what kind of content we are trying to create. We should really keep this simple, make it really high quality videos, cinematic. But what we should have happening here is when we click on generate script, it should generate a video concept, an outline for the video, and it is basically a prompt that we will then throw into Veo 3.1 to make sure that we are actually generating this video idea. Currently this is not happening yet, so we should now add the next step into our flow, which is having these concepts for those videos and making a really detailed but not too high detailed prompts for it that we can then click on generate video, and this prompt will then be used to put into our video generation model. Okay, nice. Let's run this and then test it out again. Okay, perfect. So we now got this video concept, which is already looking pretty solid. So this is basically something that Lovable made for us. Instead of needing to click on an idea and then create the video concept, it is now making sure that this is done immediately. So we can now click on generate video from here. So yeah, we now should just try this out and let's see if the video generation is already working. Let's click it. Okay, so this is coming soon. So this is the next step in our flow that we now need to implement. So what we should do is we should go to Fal AI and we have our key from here, but we can go to the explore page. And this is really something that I would highly recommend for you to check out. We have all these models right here. So instead of using every single model very independently, we can very simply just switch between models, test everything out for our use case. We can use Kling Video, Veo 3.1, we have WEN 2.5, we also have Nano Banana straight in here. We have all these different models, 3D models. This is really amazing, and we can now just very simply click on try it now, and you can already test it out in here as well. And something very important that you need to see right here is that we have all these different methods. So we have text to video, we have text to video fast, we have image to video, reference to video as well, and we should in this case have text to video. So what we'll do is we'll just copy this right here. We click on copy content, we go back to our Lovable, we can paste that in right here, and when we go back to Fal AI, we also have our schema right here, and we can very simply just copy paste this one as well. And then we also need one example on how to actually call it. So we just provide all the information that we have about this model, and it will make it really simple for Lovable to understand how to actually use it. And we now want one example as well. So we can click on form right here and we can choose, for example, JavaScript, and we'll have this code which will explain to Lovable how it should actually work with Fal AI. So we also have the aspect ratio right here, we have the duration, we have enhanced prompt, so it will then make the prompt a bit better. And by copying this, going to Lovable and pasting it, it will now know everything it needs to know to actually start generating videos. So let's add some text on top of it by saying, hey, so we now want to implement the generate video button. We are using Veo 3.1 from Fal AI. I provide you all the documentation, everything that you should know to implement this. it is very important that we are generating vertical videos so that it is really for short form content. Make sure to follow the documentation one-on-one and make sure that we get high quality videos from this. Okay, so it now put it at the back. Let's copy this one and put it in the front. Let's run it and then just wait for it once again. And I'm very curious if this is working in one try. Okay, perfect. So it was completed. I think by now you understand the loop that we are building in. We are testing something, we are providing Lovable all the information, and step by step we are coming towards a product that is actually working, that is very effective, and it is now really starting to become a product. Let's test it out by clicking generate video. And what we can now do in the meantime is we can go to Fal AI, and right in here we have the requests tab. We can click it, and as you can see here, it is currently in progress. So we are correctly generating the video. It is now up to us to fetch it when it's done and actually show it. Then the last thing that we need to do is make sure that we make this connection to YouTube so we can directly publish it. And then we have the whole flow automated in a way that multiple users can just start using this and all of them can start publishing to YouTube directly. So this is really, really amazing. Okay, so we got this error, but I think when we go to Fal AI, we can see that it was actually going correctly. So let's actually look at this Okay, there is some fine tuning needed in here, but I think the start is for sure there. What we now should do is we should go back, we should go to our cloud, we should go to our edge functions, and then we have our generate video one, which currently shows 0 invocations, but I think when we go to logs, we see here that everything was going correctly. So we got a status that was completed, video generation completed successfully, and we have our video stored. So let's go to our database. We have a row in our generated videos table. And as you can see here, we have the prompt and we also have the video URL. So we can now open this in a new tab and we see the video here as well. Okay, really good, really good. We are very close already. After we completed the generation, we should now correctly be sent to the actual video, and also right here, we should show the videos that are generated. So let me prompt it to Lovable once again. Hey, so this was a bit weird. We generated a video, everything went correctly. It was stored in a database. It just showed an error from the edge function and we didn't got sent to the actual page where we see the video that was generated. Also on the main dashboard page, it still shows 0 videos generated. We should be able to click on the videos generated section to see all the videos that have been generated, but also directly after we generated the video, we should get sent to a page where we can from there publish it to YouTube as well. So please implement this. Okay, perfect. Let's run this one. Okay, perfect. It should now be fixed. Now indeed, we have now 1 videos generated. We can click it and right here we have our video right inside of our app. Perfect. And as you can see here, we see the prompt again. We can download it. Okay, nice. We can also click on publish. So what I will now do is I will open it in a new window, in the preview window like this. We will sign in and we can click on videos generated. And what happens when we now click on publish? Coming soon. Okay, so we have all these steps where it's just saying coming soon, but we now need to implement our Google OAuth, and this can be a tricky one. You need to make sure that you enable everything in Google Cloud Console and that you need to provide the correct documentation to Lovable. But I will take you through everything you need to know. The first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go to our Google Cloud Console. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is you need to go to this right here, this search button. You will look for YouTube Data API v3. You then need to enable it. And if that is done, we can go on with the next step. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to instruct Lovable to make this connection. And it already has our client ID and our client secret. And this is a pretty large prompt, so I will put it in the prompt library as well. So we have the first prompt where we start with and the second one to make sure that we connect it to YouTube. So just copy paste and go for it. Right now we just run it and let's see if it is then already working. Okay, so it implemented the YouTube OAuth. We can now test it out by refreshing this page and we can now click on connect YouTube and we got a page not found. This should open up the Google OAuth screen. Please fix by following the examples that I gave you. Okay, so it fixed it. Let's now test it out again by refreshing this page. So we can now click on connect YouTube account. Okay, so we got a redirect URI mismatch. This is something that will probably happen to you as well, but it is very simple to fix it. We copy this, we go to Lovable and say the following. So we got this redirect URI mismatch. I will provide you the error code, and I will also show you which URIs are currently inside our Google Cloud Console. Can you please make sure that I will add everything correctly to the Google Cloud and that you also use the correct redirect URIs. Perfect. We provided this, and we'll then just do the following. This URL, we have this one. Let's copy this one, our apps URLs. And then we will go to our Google Cloud Console. We go to YouTube Shorts, and we probably have the correct ones in here, but I will just screenshot this one and paste it here as well. Let's now run it and test it out. So we can now click on this video. We can say publish. We need to connect our YouTube. We get redirected. We can now click our account. We can click this one, and then you can see manage your YouTube account. Perfect. We click on allow, and we got redirected to our app, and it has been added to the platform. And we can now click on this video, say publish, and we can add a title. So very satisfying test description, and publish to YouTube, and that will be already working. So let's test that one out right now. And obviously the video that we are now publishing is not of very high quality, but we can make sure that the prompt behind this video can be fine-tuned for every use case. I will show that in a minute right now, because obviously the quality of the videos should be high as well, but the infrastructure is now created, and that is also very important, obviously. So we click on publish to YouTube. Okay, success, video published to YouTube Shorts. Let me now go to my channel, go to content. Let's refresh this one, and we have this right here. So let's set it to private really quick, otherwise you guys will see everything. But we now have this video right here, which is currently processing, but it already worked to push it towards YouTube. So that is really cool. Now let me fine tune the video generation. I will use the voice message once again and say, hey, so I think currently the video contains too much text, and we should really look at every use case to see if any text is needed. I think text is pretty risky. And for example, we currently have this very satisfying video that really doesn't need any text. So if we have something like this, then make sure that we don't have any text in here, but maybe for some other videos have only one line of text, and also make sure that we are only having one or maximum of two clips inside one short, because we don't want a lot of very busy clips put together. We just want one video of 8 seconds that maybe has 2 clips. So please make sure that inside our whole process, inside of our whole workflow, you adjust the prompts and you adjust the video generation prompt as well. Perfect, let's run this, and then I will show you once again what the actual flow looks like, and then we probably have some really advanced videos as well. And then everything stands, we have our end product, and yeah, I think this is really amazing. I think this is a video that you can really follow along and make this for yourself, add a nice landing page to it, and you have a really serious product right here. Let's wait for this to be completed. Let's test out the flow once again and see what the actual end result for video looks like. Okay, perfect. So let's test it out once more. So we have our campaigns. We have this one. We can view the videos. Let's see. Let's just take this one. Let's analyze it. Okay, perfect. Let's get this one, the slime ASMR. Let's generate the video concept. Perfect. This is looking very good. Let's click on generate video. We get sent to the videos page, and right now it is generating. And I think if we were to fine tune this even further, you would see the actual video being generated right here. But for now, I think the use case is very clear. If you're doing this for yourself, you can fine tune it everywhere. You can really add everything that you need. And this is what makes Lovable so much fun to work with. Let's go to Fal AI to make sure everything is working correctly. We have our request right here. It is in progress. So everything is working seamless already. Okay, perfect. So it has finished, and this is our result. And as you can see here, by one prompt, we changed the whole quality of the video, because this was pretty bad, right? All the text and stuff. But look at this one. Also the sound and stuff it is really good. We can even fine tune this further, but that is not the main purpose of this video. The main purpose of this video is that you understand how to build a platform like this and how to connect all the integrations that we're using, putting it together into one solid AI app. So what we can now do is we click on publish. We say very satisfying. We just copy this one for the description and we have this tag. We can then say publish to YouTube and that's it. Very seamless, very cool to have built this. As you can see here, it is right here popping up. Let's once again go to private. But yeah, it is really amazing. I think this is a very good example of what we can now build ourselves. You can obviously make this platform even better, making sure that the UX is better, the whole flow for users should be better. This is not a finished product, but it is halfway there. We can now just fine tune everything, have better styling. Obviously this is not looking good, but those are the things that I'm not worried about right now. I just want you to be able to build stuff like this. So try it out. Everything is in the description. If you have any questions, just let me know and I can help you out. Thanks for watching this complete video. I think you've shown a lot of patience to go through it all, and I really hope that you are now able to create an app like this yourself. Please let me know in the comments or just share the link to your app so I can test it out myself and see what you have created. And besides this, I want to ask you, if you have enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. It's the only thing that I ask from you. It really helps me to grow my channel and I really appreciate it. So I will see you in the next one.